Yeah. What's going on, everybody? We're back. This is episode 60 of the Underground Runaround podcast. Back again after a long time away. I'm your host, Brad Ross. Pav Daddy is out on the links on October 12th, 2023 in northern Indiana. It's great. All right.
Should I video your swing for everybody?
Definitely.
Yeah, you should. Definitely. We got to see how terrible it is. We got Keith Francio, baby, and Mr. Kenny Garfield Vlogs back with us on the West Coast. What's up, dude? How you guys doing? How's everybody doing?
Good.
We're good.
What's everybody been up to?
Watching this awesome MLB playoffs, man.
Playoffs have been good so far. So far, so good, right?
Hockey's back, baby. Let's go.
Hockey's back. We're going to talk about that.
Watching Connor Bedard.
Yep.
It's like they talked about, the Blackhawks are going to suck, but you just watch because you're just watching Bedard. Like, all right, let's see what the kid's going to do tonight.
Good. Yeah, I'm pumped for it. I don't think I've ever watched 2 Blackhawks games in a row, and I did. I watched both those last ones.
Hey, well, I mean, it was super awesome that they beat Pittsburgh, and then they played Boston tough last night. Now, I know Keith feels a certain type of way about Boston's record-setting regular season last year, but still, they were
the Dodgers of hockey.
Sure. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. The Dodgers are something else. So, good. And you know what? Nothing makes me happier than seeing them go home. So,
I agree.
Call me what you will. But
I bet you Kenny's pumped too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Look at Pav. What are we using on hole one there, Pav? What's our club of choice?
You got to multitask. This is a day and age where you have to, your time's important, right? So you got to utilize it.
It's
when
funny.
You got it.
Golfing. I used to do the same thing.
Is this dude like checking his insulin? What is he doing?
Yeah, he's got the tea in his mouth. Look at him.
Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable.
It's so I don't have to have a doobie in my mouth the whole time.
So we plan this whole return. And what do we get?
It's beautiful out here, dude.
Pav live on site.
Look at this. This is fucking Indiana in October. Like, how?
Yeah, you guys don't usually see that.
That's right. No. Watch this one.
There you go.
No, so there was, I don't know, like one.
Which way is the camera facing?
1 year, a few years ago, where we're just gonna mute that. Whatever's going on over there. We're gonna watch this nonsense. But there was 1 year, 5 years ago or so, where it snowed on Halloween here, like inches of snow. So yeah, to have a day like this and watch Pav. What's he doing? Did you see that? What is this? What is going on?
That's getting old. That's growing old. That's
what was he doing before we started?
You
ever see a lion limber up before it tackles a gazelle? You guys.
All right, a lot of weight on that front foot. A lot of weight on the front.
Watch this thing slice hard to the right.
What is he doing?
Oh look. Oh yeah, that thing went straight to the right.
Belted it. I might. We'll see who's further. Nice shots.
Right down the middle.
His feet. Did you see the footwork?
I don't know how he did that.
He switched steps. He did a jump, foot switch, swing.
Wait till you guys see where this ball is. It's fucking perfect.
Oh, who keeps unmuting this guy? What is happening right now? Oh man, welcome back to the Underground Runaround podcast, everybody. We don't have a whole lot on the menu, so to speak. We're just up here to make some noise and let you know that we're back and talk about baseball, talk about hockey. Hockey's been fun. With the mixed martial arts world is on fire with some recent announcements and some new news that's kind of coming out. And football's rolling along. I mean, sports are fun right now. Sports are fun. Sports cards are.
Oh, different.
I love it. But you know what I mean? It's been very, very difficult. In the time we've been gone, I actually opened a shop. We're in my store right now. And right out there is where all the beautiful customers are not. currently. So we're here doing the podcast, and we did a nice football break today, though. I have no complaints. It's all just product access related. That's it, and that'll fix itself here in time. But yeah, I don't know. It just seems like cards are down again. All cards, like sports cards in general, are still down. And that's good if you're buying, honestly, because you can buy some of this stuff at really, really cheap levels.
Yeah.
Like we're seeing, I'm seeing stuff in the store like Luis Robert First Bowman Chrome, like PSA 10s are down into the $20 to $30 range. Like that was a $200 card at one point in time.
Yeah.
So like I had one kid asking for it, and I have some, but that's a card like we'll stock it, but I'm not selling everyone I have. You know what I mean? Unless I have like a means to go buy more, like another person that has them for sale or whatever it may be, because the Chicago stuff sells great in the store, but it's like that card is so low right now.
Buy.
Cards.
Buy.
He's muted. Oh, he muted himself before I could get to him. He's smart. So Pav knows it's a buy. I think it's a buyer's market right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree.
I had Kyle out there, the dude who runs the shop. So if I'm in here breaking, I have another guy that's here to handle things in the store so we can continue to buy and just run an efficient business. But he was telling me he bought a lot of cards from a guy yesterday, and he goes, "I'm gonna hold off on this one card." Like, dude, don't just sell it. Like, we bought it at a down price, just sell it at a down price. Like, we're not in the business of playing long and short-term holds. Like, we're in the business of turning stuff over so the customers can keep coming in to sell stuff, and we can keep telling them yes, and we can keep growing what we're growing here. But like, no need to sit on anything right now.
Yeah.
Like, unless you firmly believe that it's going to come back up and when. Because I would have assumed we might have started to see some things starting to go back up, but with everything that's going on with everything, I don't really pay attention to a lot of it, to be honest with you, but that explains why things are how they are. But really, there's great deals out there. Like, great deals. Like, I just put I think it was a SGC 9.5. I bought a bunch of SGC slabs. I've never submitted to them. I've never used them. I don't hate them. So let's just, I'm not trashing them, but you can't argue with the values. The values speak for themselves. So, I mean, I think they do a good job. They have a nice looking slab. I don't like the black. I think it is kind of tacky looking. It does look good with certain slabs though, no doubt, or certain cards. But the values are fraction of what PSA sells for. You don't have to like PSA. I don't like PSA, but that's who, as a store, we submit to. Because why would I want to shortchange my customers?
Yep.
You got to spend money to make money. I don't agree with upcharging. I really don't. That would be the only reason I wouldn't send to PSA, because I think it's criminal upcharging. Like, you pay for a service, you're not paying for an appraisal. Like, I get the whole insurance side of things, but the job shouldn't be done any differently, whether it's a 50-cent card or it's a $50 million card. Grading a card is grading a card. It doesn't matter what the card is. Grade the fucking card. You know what I mean? That's what I tell all these guys that come in here. It's terrible. But if you want to maximize your return, that's the company you got to go to. Until the entire hobby collectively says, hey, we don't want PSA anymore, which will never happen, they're always going to sell for the most. So get over it. Start your little cult grading clubs. We've been sponsored by FCG in the past, and I love them for other reasons. The transparency is absolutely second to none. They do sell well in the Bowman world. Like, they do have some Bowman respect, because the gentleman who started the company has a history of being a big Bowman collector. So, but they tell you why you get the grades you get. Like, that's the other thing I tell people when they're sending a card. They're like, what do you think it's going to grade? Like, listen, we can look at this thing for however much time you have, but at the end of the day, what we think and what happens are two different things. Like, I throw 70% of the cards roughly that I want to grade that are in my grading pile out, because they're not going to 10. So I'm not going to waste my time and my money. I really didn't know we were going to start talking about grading. I
It
really
all
don't
comes
know.
back to grading, doesn't it?
Yeah. Pav's here.
We got a putt. Look
Yeah.
what I have never in my life.
Look at this guy. He really
It's a
wants to be close
90-degree
to the ball.
angle.
Yeah,
It's a 90-degree angle.
He's like a T square.
What is going on?
Look at him go.
What is going on right now?
Go.
33 minutes to miss a putt by a foot. Oh, look. He's still got a 6-footer.
He's going to miss this too.
All right, here we go.
This should be what is happening right now? Pav Daddy live on the links, everybody. I didn't know this was the show we were doing. That putting stand should be criminal.
I have never seen something like that.
So I don't golf. Like I don't golf, and I guarantee you.
I missed the fucking par putt. I had to take that one for bogey.
Yeah, well,
we know.
The chat says
they're more worried about you standing like this.
Yeah, the chat says your form should be criminal.
Hey, you know what?
I wonder if he knows yet.
Oh, Pav.
Bye, and send all your cards for grading right now. Now.
So that's Pav's stuff. He says bye right now and send your cards out to grade.
Yeah.
Which is really those are solid remarks, I guess.
Yeah.
How do we get this thing back on track, Keith? Where do we go from here?
This
is like a walking distraction out there.
So what's been with your shop, Brad? What's been your favorite part of it so far?
We didn't do the show to talk about the shop either, but
hey, I want to know.
Honestly, the trade night we did on Saturday, it was ridiculous. You plan an event on the week after Topps does their national trade night, and there's a few stores in my area that are Topps Direct. We're not Topps Direct yet. We are going to participate in the MVP buyback program for Topps Chrome. They're letting us. That's all officially official. There's a webinar next Wednesday I have to attend. So we do hope to be direct soon, but like Topps did their national trade night and we can't compete with that. So we schedule it for the following week. You would think everybody in the area is going to have a hobby hangover, and then we pack this place in absolutely to the brim. I mean, you couldn't have put any more humans in here where they would have been comfortable. So that was cool. Outside of that, I mean, we're just looking to build off that. We've set the bar. We set the bar at stuffing 50 people in here. Can we do it every single time we host an event? I hope so. We got a guy coming next week too to talk about some potential signings, ideas as far as some talent we might be able to get in here to host events with. Oh, look at that! We got somebody from the trade night. What's up, Kenny? Go Pack, go, buddy! I think that's my Packers friend. Got some Packers friends show up too. You gotta love that. Being where I'm at, 45 minutes from Soldier Field to have some Packer fans in the building. Can't ask for anything better than that. Not at all. So that was a blast. We're just gonna look to build off that and take it to the next level. I mean, I'm not, it's a cliche saying, and I think Keith will at least know who said it, but like I'm not here to take part in being a hobby shop. I'm here to take over this area where I'm at. I mean, take that however you want, whoever's listening, but that's the goal. Why else would I open a business if I didn't want to be successful and take over? Like, I'm not a businessman, so I'm a hobby dude who got into this because I love cards. I started breaking because outside of my regular breakers, when I expanded, I didn't like the service I was getting. Not a service, just like I didn't like the way they break. I didn't like the sound of their voice, whatever it is. Like, and none of that's personal either. It's all preference. That's why I tell people when they're shopping for breaks to shop around. Like, watch a bunch of different breakers do what they do. Ask them questions. Get interactive with them. Like, see how they answer you. See how you feel about it, and then spend your money. Because if people do that, I win. Like, guys like me win, and I have no issue saying that either. But if you need impulse buying home shopping network nonsense, you go hop on one of those platforms and boom. And I'm not saying we're not headed that direction. Like, we're going to do some live streaming soon too, but pieces have to fall into place for all of that to happen. And once that happens, then we're going to grow even more. So who knows? The sound of your voice is soothing. I don't think it is all the time. Sometimes I get a little belligerent or just fired up, and I call that passion. You know what I mean? We swear because we care, baby. That's the saying.
That's right.
That's my saying anyway. We got a new order too. Look at this. We're doing this so early in the day. We still have new orders. Lady Victoria. Shout out to Victoria grabbing a Red Sox and Select. Select Baseball Tops update came out yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say about like product. Like, what's been the best product in the last like 6 months? Like, since we were our last. I mean, obviously we did like Series 2 was great, but
Series Tops Chrome, hands down, far and away, without a doubt, 100%. 2023 Tops Chrome Baseball, best product it's been since 2019. Just speaking Chrome to Chrome, and it's my product of the year by a landslide. The only issue I have with it is that it's not attainable anymore. Like, outside of going through the regular retail outlets that any other human can go through, a business like myself has a very hard time sourcing a product this deep into its release. We did a lot of cases. I think we did 15, 20 cases. The month it came out, it was great. They were filling. We had to do some price increases and keep filling. But then as the price increase keeps going up, it's like, hey, we all know product interest wanes after a month. Single prices wane after a month. The superstars will continue to be superstars and do what they do, but all the other little quirks, the special inserts, all of those types of things that make a product unique from other products, those things start to chill out after the product comes out. And if the wax price continues to increase, then it's really hard to justify making teams more and more and more expensive. So, I mean, I'm sure we could continue to fill it, but it's just at a certain point, I don't feel right about it. Like, I don't know how else to put that into words. And maybe that's why I'm not a very good businessman, because at a certain point, it's like, hey, I'd rather do something else that doesn't feel like pulling teeth out to get it full or to do what I think's the best value or in the best interest of the consumer.
Yeah.
I try to be consumer minded, because if they're not happy, why would they come back? Like, we don't have a lot of smoke and mirrors and buzzers and sounds and lights and sales. Like, we don't mark shit up 200% so we can say it's 50% off and go eat it up. Like, I do it the honest way, and the honest way is not like flashy, and flash is what sells. So, product wise though, I don't want to talk about me really or what we're doing, but Tops Chrome is the product. Pristine had some issues. I think I didn't have any. I'm not talking smack about it. I had a little bit of Cosmic, but I don't get Cosmic personally. It's like, show me where a Cosmic auto sells for 3 times what a regular Chrome auto sells for, and I'll say maybe you have something there. But that product is insanely priced. You get next to nothing, and it's just a different look. And people go nuts for it. Why? I don't know. I don't get it. But what else have we had? I mean, we've had some great releases. The redemptions from Top Sterling. I don't remember when we ripped Top Sterling, if we did it before or after we put the pod on hold, but like, we pulled some incredible hits out of Top Sterling, and some of those customers have sent me pictures of those redemptions getting fulfilled in the last couple of weeks. The 101 Trout Griffey Mays.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, I think that Decker got a screenshot of that from Tops. I don't think he has it yet, but they mailed it to him.
Oh,
Somebody sent me one of like Acuna, Soto, and Vladdy, maybe a triple that a guy got because he had 2 of the 3 teams on the card. Didn't have to go to the random, but like, man, some of that stuff was beautiful too. But yeah, I think Tops Chrome, without a doubt, it was awesome. Really happy with Tops Chrome. Tops Chrome update, for those of you wondering, there's 3 formats that I've heard through the grapevine. I only got solicited 2 of the formats through distribution. But I think someone from Beckett tweeted yesterday that Topps Chrome Update is going to be the first product to have the pro debut patches in that they put on the uniforms this year.
Yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. That'll be a fun little chase to Chrome Update. Hopefully they don't botch it like they did last year. The new format. So the hobby box this year is going to have one autograph in a hobby box. Said the case was only 6 boxes though, so I don't know if that was a typo or what.
No,
but is that true? Six box hobby case.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? And then the 8 box jumbo has 3 autos in it, so they're gonna do like a hobby / jumbo format for update too. I don't know like who to look for or anything like that. They didn't. I don't think the pre-sale sheet had a whole lot of information on it. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. It just says the long-awaited debut of the first ever MLB patch cards. That's it. It doesn't say any particular players or anything like that.
So
just the price point.
If I were to guess, it'd be like first debut patches of guys like, that made their debut early in the year, like Volpe or, guys along that nature. If I were to guess.
No, John have decided to do a podcast at 4:00 and then also decided he wanted to golf. So just enjoy this swing. Look at this. Oh, yep, there it is. Oh, yep, 2. There we go. Hey, fix the divot, guy. Watch the feet. Oh, he didn't switch his feet that time. I don't even know how to commentate on what's happening.
He's golfing in jeans.
I don't get down with the golf attire, so jeans are good with me.
Oh, you can't move.
I don't wear jeans, period. I'm wearing shorts here too, pal.
I had some good old Midwest outfit, yeah.
I had some, a hoodie and shorts.
Yeah.
Had some lady like come in trying to sell me insurance or something one day. Like I get some weird solicitations. I'm like, listen, I don't know what you think you know about my business structure. I'm like, but technically my workers are independent contractors for now. I'm like, they know that they're screwed if they get themselves hurt. I'm like, that's not always how it's going to be, but for now, that's what it is. And they're all okay with that. I'm like, I myself do have health insurance. I pay through the nose for it. So if I get hurt, I'm going to go get that taken care of. And she's like, well, what if someone gets a paper cut? I said if someone gets a paper cut here selling sports cards, I don't know if this is going to be the job for them. So she's like, but the only reason I even say any of that, she's like, oh, I just love how casual you guys are in here. I'm like, lady, it's time for you to go. Like, is there something here that you would like to buy? So I got this new move I think I'm going to try because I get tons of solicitation, and a lot of other shops warned me about that. Like even really big brands like Tom at Real Breaks. He told me straight up, he said, hey, the community is going to take advantage of you. I'm like, yeah. He's like, and he's like, I don't really mean it like that. He's like, it's just that everybody's going to come in and ask you for something. And if you don't see anything back out of it, you gotta know when enough is enough. So with that being said, like my kids all have fundraisers and stuff. So basically I think when people come in there asking for stuff, I'm just going to like match it. Like, hey, buy something from my kids fundraiser. And then if they turn around and walk out the door and be like, well, you just showed your intentions there, pal. You want me to help you, but you don't want to help me. This has nothing to do with the store we're standing in. This is fundraiser for fundraiser, baby. Let's go. I'll match anyone you walk in the door trying to sell me some shit, as long as you buy some shit. But if not, I don't know. Like I even let a lady put a sign up in my window for the same day of my trade night. And guess what? We still packed this place in with 50 people. But I didn't realize she caught me on one of my days off on a Monday when we're closed. And I had the door propped open for a UPS delivery, and she just helped herself in.
Nice.
Yeah. She's like, oh. I'm like, and I have like on my door is a gigantic car magnet. It's like a 40-inch car magnet because I have a metal door with all my shop hours. Like, it just says closed, and you just helped yourself right on in. Like, what's wrong with you? People just have no shame or awareness, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, just walking in so they can like, hey, can we do all this stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. If it's good for the community, I'm about it. And then she walked away. I looked at it, and it was October 7th, the same day as my trade night. I'm like, whoops. I kept it up though. I'm like, I said I'd do it, so it's my fault. Next time, I just got to read these things before I start saying yes to people.
What do we think about the playoffs? What predictions we got?
I think the Phillies get it done tonight. I do.
So.
I don't think they're going to stretch it out.
Who are the starters tonight?
Suarez is going against Strider. So, I mean, the Braves definitely favored. But I think the last Suarez game was like a bullpen game. I think he went 1 or 2 innings, and then they used like – I think the Phillies pitched a shutout or something like that the last Suarez outing.
Yeah.
Because he didn't give up a run, but he didn't pitch long either. But the Diamondbacks are fun. You know,
they're fun.
They're going to be.
Everyone would want, if you took Philly and Houston and Texas, I guess like Texas and Diamondbacks are kind of like, well, Texas spends a lot of money, but the Diamondbacks should be the fan favorite of everyone, except for maybe Kenny.
Yeah,
I don't. Here's my thing. You guys know how I feel about it. Everybody should know. Once the Cubs are out, I just want to watch good baseball. At the end of the day, that's all I want to see is good baseball, and not the Dodgers win. So those things, we've already checked those off. The Yankees couldn't even get to the postseason, so we don't even have to worry about them. 27 rings for another year. Don't worry, we can hear all about it later. I just want the NLCS and the ALCS to go to 7 games, so we get the most amount of baseball, and the World Series to go to 7 games. And that's as much as I can ask for. That's what I want. Outside of that, I don't care who wins what. Just give me as much baseball for as long as we can. And then we'll have to figure something else out for the rest of the year.
Pav's got something. Pav's got something. I can see him. He's itching.
If he can find that unmute
let
button.
him figure out this contraption.
I wonder. I've been just watching the Braves-Phillies series, man. It's so good. Such a good series. A little bit of drama.
On field, off field. You got it all.
Yeah.
Hey, I will say, though, all this Bryce Harper shit and the stare downs and this and that, I hate the media. Like, whatever Arcia said, he said it in the clubhouse. Like, that shit wasn't meant. You know what I mean? Feel the fire. You know what I mean? Like, you reap what you sow. You said what you said. All of that. Your actions have consequences. Your words have meanings. All of that. But at the end of the day, you're in your clubhouse. That should have never left that clubhouse. I don't know who was there, who heard it, who leaked it, any of that. But if you know what I mean, Harper makes a stupid play, a terrible play, to get doubled off to end the game like that. You know what I mean? Who gets thrown out on a fly out trying to tag up? So yeah, Arcia was running his mouth, as he probably rightfully should. The problem is it got out. It got out, and it really did get in Harper's head because he took care of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He took care of it. Right, wrong, or indifferent. He took care of it. I don't know. Yeah. That shouldn't be the drama that we're looking for. Mm-hmm. I mean, people are going to eat it up. Humans are going to human. But
people are really going to complain if it's Phillies and the Diamondbacks. But I feel like that's going to be like one of the best series we've seen in a long time.
I think
just the way these two teams are, they want it. You could see both of those teams fucking want it. And like, I don't know. I think that's going to be a great series. I think it's going to be a great series. The ratings are going to suck, but it's going to be a great series. So if they sell it right, maybe they can get people to watch.
Speaking of ratings, Bedard's debut, highest rated cable TV hockey regular season game ever.
I believe it.
It was like 1.43 million viewers.
And that's with Bettman. The commissioner of the NHL is the worst fucking commissioner ever. He's terrible. He doesn't promote the game well or anything. But like, Chicago promotes sports well. Like nostalgia of that franchise. Like it's an original 16, they're huge,
Right.
and that makes sense to me. And this kid, I mean, he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
he
there's
can live
no
up
doubt.
to it. He's not like
He's got 2 points in 2 games on a back-to-back road games. You know what I mean? So
that goal was great. Quick hands. He's there, fat. I mean,
he's sneaky. And then the first thing I noticed in the first game, he took a wrist shot, and the puck was literally like the same distance. It was like the puck was right on his right skate. Like where he released it from was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like actually put a shot on goal, like so sneaky. There was very little fall through. Like it was just something you don't see. Like it was. I was watching a game with my wife. I'm like, did you see that? Like who shoots like that? Like it's not like he shot it hard. It was like sneaky. Like oh man,
that's so quick. You got quick hands. Those goalies can't see it. Like you said, that's why it's
right.
Can't teach that.
So that's super exciting for us. Hawks being terrible the last few years and all the organizational issues they're dealing with.
Yeah. They have I don't know if you saw it. Topps has the Bedard stickers on Topps now.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah, and they have them. They're up for sale right now, and they're like they have the first game, so his debut on 10-10, and then they have his first goal on 10-11. So they're just like sticker packs. Like you can buy them single, I think, or in 5 or 30 or whatever it is. But they're on there for. So it's just something cool. Like for any hockey fan, I would suggest.
I have so many points, like coupon. You know what I mean? Like
I've tried to use the Topps points before, and it doesn't let
you can only use it on Topps Now stuff.
Yeah, I think well, there's the one that's like Topps Now card of the month and stuff like that, and I've tried to use it on those things, and it's like it gives me an error every time I'm doing it. It's like I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's the whole thing in its own.
Yeah. Like they don't want me to have it. But those Bedard packs, I mean, those are something cool to have just for hockey. I mean, if anyone would have said that when McDavid was coming up, everyone would have that card. It's just an iconic card. It's like Shohei, Trout, and WBC. Like
and
it doesn't have to be worth a lot.
Just for card people. Just for sports card people, because a lot of people that are in sports cards aren't even into hockey cards. But let me tell you what I know about Bedard Mania as far as hockey cards go. So here at the store, we are an Upper Deck authorized retailer, one of a few shops. Like I don't think like not every store that's in my area is an Upper Deck dealer, and I don't think that it's all necessarily. I think some are not by choice. With that being said, by the time I got my account with Upper Deck, it was time to order Series 2 hockey, which doesn't come out until February, but I missed the Series 1 window, which comes out next week. And then a few weeks ago, an email came out that said, just so everyone knows, Series 2 is Bedard, and it's going to be a 1-to-1 match on your Series 1 allocations. If you'd like to try and add more to your Series 1 order, please email us back and let us know, and we'll try and get you in. So I was like, hey, guys, I didn't even get to put the order in. You guys sneak me in a couple cases? Like let's do it. It's because like I put in my Series 2 orders, and they only put me in for blasters and tins. They're like, you're not going to get any hobby. They like told me straight up. They're like, it's not happening. And then like a day or two later is when they made the announcement about how they were going to allocate everything. And if you go look on the internet right now, you can go buy Series 1 boxes from the big online retailers. You can't get Series 2. They're all sold out. All of them sold out. It doesn't come out for 4 more months. Sold out.
It's gone.
At like $260 a box. Gone. So if you're in the Northwest Indiana area and you catch Bedard Mania, you come to Underground Sports Cards when Series 2 comes out, we'll have you covered.
So you said $230 a box they were going for?
$260 is what the like Steel City and stuff was showing. Yeah, $260.
They're $100. Yeah, they're normally $100 boxes.
I think series 1's like 110 or 115.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Holy crap!
And it's all new to me. I'm learning. I don't know what the price is. Even once I know what we'll have it for in the shop, I'm not allowed to talk about it or post pictures of it on the internet. You know, there's a lot of rules with Upper Deck, which I think's okay. I don't have any issues with it. They're very straightforward about it. They quiz you on the agreement. You know, they tell you like, hey, this is how we do it. Like, you do it how we do it, or you don't do it at all.
Yeah.
And you got it. No worries. So that's exciting for hockey. So just to put that into perspective for anyone in the sports card realm, Bernard Mania has already swept into hockey cards that do not even exist yet. So, I mean, just full on 2 games in, completely sold out. And who knows? Pav froze up on us or something.
That's crazy.
Scrolling. Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never seen that. In like Lafreniere had a big look, like people were really looking for him, but it wasn't like that. And they're both Canadian kids. You know, Lafreniere wasn't as touted as Bedard. Bedard's been touted for 3 years now. Like, I've heard his name all the time. But that's crazy to think. Like, you're talking a February release, and this stuff is already
sold out.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yep.
Right.
That's crazy. But good for Upper Deck. I mean, that's good. Good for them. They're going to sell retail too, because if I can't get my hands on hobby, I don't know, for anyone that is new to hockey collecting, your Upper Deck Young Guns cards are not like your rookie cards in Topps. Young Guns card, which is the rookie card for Upper Deck, they're a lot harder to get. You're not guaranteed to get one in a blaster box. You're not guaranteed to get one in, other formats, but like tins usually have at least one.
Yeah. So sort of what I've been seeing is like I got to order blasters, tins, and hobby, and tins seem like mega boxes.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. And I don't want the hockey people coming at me. I apologize. I'm learning on the fly. I opened the sports card store and very quickly have shifted to Pokemon and hockey, as that's been, oddly enough, the demand for like products. Singles, it's all football. Football singles, baseball singles flying out of here. Football boxes, Pokemon boxes, and hockey. I think people are interested about hockey. They see the interest I have because I'm genuinely interested in it. Like, I love the sport of hockey. I don't know anything about the cards because I've never been able to order them. You know what I mean? And as a business, it's hard to like go buy stuff that you think you should be able to get.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So it's something I'm definitely getting into. We've had some people come in, teach me some stuff, show me some stuff, sell us some stuff. So it's been a good time figuring things out. And I mean, that's the fun part. We're not doing the same thing every single day. But yeah, hockey's going to be something else here for this upcoming year, especially in the area I'm in. It's gonna get wild because the guy has done nothing other than prove that he's the real deal.
Yeah.
So we'll see. He's aggressive. He shoots every chance he can get. Like he's not shy.
Yeah.
He's not been shy out there, and they've given him a ton of ice time. So good for them. Good for him. Good luck to all of that. And hockey could get real interesting here. What else do we got?
Give me your UFC news, because I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. So McGregor, Connor, the little guy, he's back in the USADA testing pool. Okay, that needed to be done forever ago, and it just happened. But the news came out yesterday. So Connor got back in the USADA pool like 3 or 4 days ago. And then yesterday, USADA came out and said, at the end of this year, we're done with the UFC. We're not renewing our agreement. We're not helping them with their anti-doping programs or any of that. So the United States Anti-Doping Agency, USADA, is no longer going to be with the UFC. And then this morning on the Pat McAfee show, Dana White was on the Pat McAfee show, and he said that USADA is basically a bunch of rats for doing that. Like they hadn't mutually agree. Like, whatever the case is, that was a one-sided announcement by USADA. So they wanted to drop the news ahead of the UFC for whatever reason, we don't know. But what does make sense to me, and I don't know how they're approaching it, USADA mandates when you leave that testing pool, like Connor did when he broke his leg a couple years ago. He got out of the pool so he could take steroids to heal up. And nobody's going to say that, but everybody knows it. So USADA requires, and the same thing with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar got a pass. John Jones, I believe, got a pass, or like got the fight with metabolites in his system because he had failed previously. You're supposed to have to submit 2 negative samples and be in the pool for 6 months before you can compete again. So that means you're looking at mid-April before Connor could technically fight again. Well, now with USADA going away, Connor could fight January 1st.
That's crazy.
It's very interesting to me. So I don't know how the fallout is. Dana did say that the UFC was going to make an announcement today, but I don't know if one has been made about what direction they're heading with their drug testing. But if anyone does remember, if anyone knows their history of combat sports, USADA came about primarily because of GSP. GSP literally left the sport, said, you guys got to clean it up. Like Chael Sonnen has spoke openly about knowing when he's fighting guys that are on the juice because he was so juiced up when he was fighting. He's like, I would lean on somebody, I would lock up with them, and instantly I would know. He's like, I know your secret. Because they're every bit as strong or stronger than him. And he was just absolutely loaded. I mean, he held Anderson Silva down for 24 minutes.
Literally, yeah. It was almost the entire fight. I was like, oh my goodness.
That was the happiest fight of my life at that time of my life. I agree. Anderson Silva was getting the work. Yeah. And then at the very end, he ends up choking him out. I'm like, holy cow. And then we just went and partied after that, and that was the end of the night. But it was like, holy cow. Like, Chael Sonnen had him dead to rights and still didn't do it. But now nobody knows what's going on with the new testing. So
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
They said a lot of the agreement to split was attributed to the McGregor situation. So I don't know. I really don't know anything. I don't know anything about it. But all we know as of now is USADA is going to be out, and I would assume they're going to get a new drug testing program. I don't know what it'll be like. I don't know any of that, but GSP and Johnny Hendricks, that was like the tipping point. A lot of people think GSP lost that fight. If you go back and watch it objectively, it's hard to go back and watch that fight knowing, because everybody says GSP got his ass kicked in that fight. Physically, he did get beat up, but I don't think he lost the fight. I do think he won the fight 3-2. And that's what's wild, because people will be up in arms over it, because at the end of the fight, when you look at two dudes and one guy looks significantly more beat up than the other, it's easy to say, like, hey, there's your winner, there's your loser. But there's a lot of problems with scoring in MMA, so I don't know. But the way I watched it, I saw him as the winner. The same way, like, we'll step into the new big news. Volkanovski is stepping in on 11 days notice to fight Islam again. And I'm going to be in the minority. I thought he beat Islam the first time he fought, primarily because those first 2 rounds. Like, when Islam had Volk's back in that fight, early in that fight, and he had like a body lock on him, in that scenario, Islam is in a dominant position. He should be winning. So explain to me why Volk does more damage in those scenarios. Like, literally throwing punches behind his head to hit Islam was doing more damage than anything Islam was doing in that scenario. So, like, it's how do you judge a fight? Guy's in a dominant position, but he's having damage done to him. It's not a lot of damage, but he's not doing anything, and he should be in a position where he should really be laying it on him. Like, that's one of the most dominating positions in a fight. Anytime you put a body lock on anyone with your legs, like, you're controlling someone's torso. That's like, your core muscles are very important. Like you need that shit to grapple. So when you're tied up like that, you should not be able to get off any kind of damage, let alone like be bored trying, like, because it's very hard to get out of. So it's just a weird
It's
thing.
Volk.
I'm excited.
I got nothing but respect for Volkanovski.
Yeah,
nothing.
He's gonna. I'm calling it. He's gonna win. I don't know what the odds are.
I can see him winning. I'd probably say, like, I don't know how bad. I don't know how he's recovering from like his injuries and stuff. But the guy is the strongest. I mean, he's insanely strong. Like, he is way stronger than everyone else in his weight classes. I mean, he could go up 2 weight classes. He's got this. He's just a monster. And like you said, you can't control. Islam had him in a figure 4, and he still couldn't control him. You know what I mean? Like, no one else can do that.
Yeah, and Islam's strong too, but dude, I'm not convinced those Russian dudes are clean. Like, and that's part of the USADA shit. There's people that make claims that they know how, they say all the pros know how to cheat all the testing. I don't know any of this. You know what I mean? I'm not in those camps. I'm not in those gyms. I don't know what they're talking about. But those dudes that go on, what is it, Ramadan? I'm not. Yeah. But they can like say they're off on a religious excursion and they're doing this thing where they're fasting and all this, and they go off in the mountains where USADA can't come and test them. And then by the time they come down out of the mountains and come to fight, they've already got themselves clean. And you look at like Islam's back, like he has one of the most he has like an alien back. It's so ridiculously shredded when he like broadens his shoulder blades and like he has muscles in his back that are absurd. So like, yeah, you wrestle your whole life, you are going to get muscles, but it's like, hey, interesting to say the least. Testing or no testing, like, it's interesting. But the testing absolutely worked, because if you look at a guy like Johnny Hendricks, he was scared enough. He was scared enough where he stopped juicing because his whole body composition changed. He started losing every fight under the sun. He started missing weight for everything. Dude couldn't even make weight anymore.
I liked him too. I liked Hendricks. Like,
he was a tank, but obviously we know why now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The big rig.
Oklahoma State product. Yeah. Right. He was Oklahoma State. He was like Danny Cormier.
So. That sounds about right.
Yeah. Look at this view of Pab's putt. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Did it go in?
No, he's inconsistent. He holds the putter with his belly button, it looks like. I don't know what he's doing. I have no idea what he's doing.
Oh my goodness.
But it looks cool.
The views are aesthetically pleasing. Can't say the same for a shot though, but
no, his shot. No. Though, you go out on the golf course, old guys, you're like, oh, this guy's not gonna. They have it seems like the worst form. Everything's bad, and they still hit 200 yards straight every time. So, Pav's entering that phase of his life.
So while we're talking about exciting matchups, that same card, Keith, the same card.
Yep.
Hamzat and Paulo Costa were supposed to fight, which is an exciting fight in and of itself. But Costa has staph in his elbow. So he's out. He says he wanted to be in. He said the UFC pulled him out. And now Kamaru Usman's fighting Hamzat.
Oh.
And I've never, ever wanted to root for Usman in my life.
I know you hate Khamzat. You hate Khamzat. He's going to destroy
I don't like either of them. Usman's a wrestler, though, dude. That's not an easy, we'll see.
Usman's a wrestler. Khamzat is they're like, even wrestlers aren't going to be able to take these guys.
So, I think...
Except for Bo.
Well, I think Gilbert Burns beat Hamzat. That was...
Okay, I could see your Volk argument. I cannot see Gilbert Burns.
100%. That was a very close fight.
It was close.
But that should have been a 5-round fight to begin with.
You're going to find out. I agree.
That was such a good matchup, and this is such a good matchup.
How big is this?
They already said it's whoever wins gets a title shot. They're going to get the winner of Colby and Leon. So whoever wins this fight has a very good chance to be the champ.
When's Colby and Leon fighting?
It should be. It's December. No. It's before the year's over. They announced it. It's
December.
It's December.
We should have a party at the shop. We'll fly Kenny out. Go to Hawks.
December 16th.
Oh.
Yep. Come on down.
Kenny, you ever been to a hockey game?
I have not. Or
Oh
no.
my goodness, buddy, you're missing.
Bro, you've never been to a hockey game?
No.
It's the best
Well,
live game. It's best live game.
Unless you count it, I've been. Excuse me. I've been to an AHL game, but I've been to an NHL game. But so
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
but no.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
time.
so 296 December 16th is Edwards Covington and Pantoja versus Royval, which I really, those flyweights, man, it's hard to get
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
They're both good too, but the Pantoja fight, the fight he beat Moreno, the split decision, that wasn't that great of a fight.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Split
like
decision
Moreno.
or not,
I
like
want
that's
Moreno
not a more memorable fight to me. Where
Yeah.
like Burns and Hamzat was a 3-round not main event fight, and that's more memorable to me. Hell, even more notable than that, and I just want to touch on this real quick so I can call Patty a coward. Patty's fighting Tony Ferguson on that card as well.
He's a coward.
After Frivola called him out for a year.
Yep. Coward.
Coward. 100% coward. Or the UFC is really, really, really trying to protect him. And
I think
if
it's
that's
both.
the case, Tony Ferguson still has a chance to beat that guy. I'm sorry.
I hope he does.
And
we're
if
gonna put on
Ferguson
our
beats
El
him,
Kukui.
oh yeah, 100.
Oh,
I'll
man.
be throwing pocket sand from here to Abu Dhabi, dude. I don't care. I'll be doing the Tony Ferguson pocket sand to everyone who walks in the store that day. Just
here you go.
Whatever it takes.
El Kukui.
Because Patty absolutely sucks. He really does. I'm just
you can't. I mean, how long can you dodge fighting someone like real fighters? And then what are you going to do? You're going to try to go on a guy in a 6-fight losing streak? Like that's how you're going
to. And then to double down on that, Patty being a coward, Frivola, who's coming off a knockout over Drew Dober, is fighting in the Garden again in November at 295. And he's fighting Benoit Saint Denis, who's a freaking killer.
Yes, he is.
Absolute killer. An unranked dude, up and coming. So Matt beats Dober. Matt's been on the show too. Shout out to the Steamroller. He's been on this podcast before. He knocks out Dober, a ranked dude, gets his ranking. He's on a 3-fight win streak, a 3 knockout win streak, I believe. He's just been starching dudes left and right. And instead of getting the next step up the ladder like he should, he has to fight the next one of him that's coming up right now. And Benoit is a freaking savage, choking out and knocking out everybody that he's fought in the UFC. It's finished everyone, I think. Maybe a loss in there, but that guy is a savage. We're talking about another fight that's going to be nothing but fireworks. Patty could have had that fight with his hands down, chin up style. But instead, he's going to go fight a guy who's probably should be retired. I love Tony, but man, he hasn't been right since Gaethje pieced him up in the Apex.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't been there. So I don't know. So that's just the trajectory of how the promotion treats the people they think are special, and I don't understand it because Patty's going to get exposed so bad. Like he's gonna he's gonna have to fight someone that's either on the rise or is already there eventually. And I don't think he can hide forever.
Yeah.
Like how long can they protect him? And what happens if he doesn't have a good performance against Ferguson?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like he beat Jared Gordon. That wasn't a good fight. That Jordan Lee, that guy's not good at all.
No.
I mean, he's fought nobody. That Luigi Vendramini guy touched him a few times in that fight. That was his debut. Yeah. Patty got hit a couple times hard. A couple of these fights, he's been hit by some guys that are not.
He's been dropped, yeah.
Like, just, I don't know, man. So, we got anything else? It's going to be real interesting. We got anything else we need to talk about today? Playoffs are exciting. We'll be back to talk about more playoffs. Hockey's going to be hockeying. We got like
Best
pro debut baseball next week.
Let's go.
Football. Yeah.
I like
pro debut and Topps.
A lot of parallels.
I won't have Gilded, but I'll have pro debut for the peasants, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. But yeah, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know what Pav's doing. He's literally just shining in our face right now. Oh, there he is. But Pav, you got anything to say?
He's gonna
Anything
say
to say for yourself? See,
that electric motor is taking over.
I can't unmute him, so
No.
he's muted himself. So, you guys got anything, Kenny? Keith?
Nope.
Anything?
I'm good, brother.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming back. We're gonna get this thing cooking, and I don't know. We'll try and figure out a regular time slot, but we're all real busy, so just stay tuned, and we'll be back here soon with another episode of the Underground Runaround podcast. You guys have a great night. See you next time.